Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Peace out to the family. Shout out to all the lovely brothers and sisters out there, all the beautiful people. Y'all know who it is. You know who the face is, family. The best family to ever do it, that ever done it, that's ever going to do it. The unapologetic. Nomads. And we unapologetic.
Nomadic.
That's right, family. And we'll be back. This the groove right here. I like that. We'll be back right after this message, though, family. Right after this message.
Let me guess, you've decided to move to another country but aren't sure where to begin, right? Trust me, I get it, and it's understandable to feel a little overwhelmed by it. Moving abroad might benefit from a little planning if you're in need of it. What do you think? Well, I have just the thing for you. My ebook is an all-in-one package for every single question you might have regarding moving abroad. Literally everything you could think of. It basically serves as a roadmap for those moving abroad to follow. This ebook provides a range of information tailored to genuinely help prepare you for such a large undertaking as moving abroad. So, order right now and let me make this painstaking process a walk in the park for you. Please click the link below.
Family, all right, we back. We back.
All right.
We back, family. All right, yeah.
All right, so we have an amazing show for you today. Thank you, guys. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Yes. Thank you for showing up today. And
that's right.
Like I said, we got some goodies. I'm super, super excited about today's episode because for many reasons. One, I'm going to, we have a special guest. She was also dear to our hearts.
Yes.
She's not only a certified, licensed psychotherapist who is doing amazing things in the field of mental health. She's also what's called a serial entrepreneur. Yeah, there's such thing. A serial entrepreneur, which means someone who has multiple businesses. But we know her passion is helping the people. And she's doing amazing things in the field of mental health. Yes. So we're going to bring her in now. We have the one and only.
Hold on one second. Family.
And also another reason why this is a wonderful show is that this person is also my sister. She is simply amazing at what she does. And I'm super, super excited to talk to her today. And yeah, we're going to bring her in.
That's right. We're going to bring her right on
in.
And
she's the one and only. She is the CEO and founder of her own practice. It is called Time to Unpack Counseling and Consulting. And her name, Tiffany D. Singleton.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Tip.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
What's up, love? We are awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
Everything is good.
Great.
Everything is good.
Yes.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you, sis.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Come on in.
Yeah.
So definitely we are, it's a pleasure to have you again. She is the founder, CEO of her own practice. She is a licensed psychotherapist. I'm so proud of her. She's doing fantastic work in the community and abroad and doing great things. So Miss Singleton, and she is my sister. I'm so excited. So tell us first, how did you know that mental health counseling was what you wanted to do?
Okay, so this is the interesting part. When I first picked my major for college, it was not psychology at all. So I wanted to be a speech pathologist. And so what happened was the college that I was just dying to go to, once I got accepted, so we realized that they did not specifically have a speech pathology track. So they said what they normally do is have those persons to start out on the general psychology track, and then you can move from there. So that's how I actually got into psychology. But in addition to that, we know that everything in life plays its role.
Yes.
Right. So getting into that psychology piece and those counseling courses, I was like, wow. So I became very intrigued with the mind, very intrigued with how everybody thinks so differently, how everybody express their uniqueness. And then I was always that person where people found themselves easy to talk to. They would share everything with me. A total stranger would come up to me and just tell me their whole life story.
Wow.
And it was just a place I was always considered a safe place for people to share. So with all of those things combined, that's how I actually ended up in the field that I am in currently.
Nice.
So how long have you been in that field?
So going on about 13 years now, not counting college hours, but at the point of starting internship up until now through licensure. So about 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
13
Fantastic.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Real quick, Tip, we have a comment by Mike Shee. He said, I want to marry your sister, Mickey.
Okay, now I'm like, Mike, so I'm gonna need you to behave so I can concentrate.
Yeah. Mike, I'm gonna have to run you through the system first. I'm very check you out first. Very protective of my sister.
You a trip.
All right. This is awesome. So you have so many amazing things and quotes that I find as looking at your social media pages, and it's just so interesting. But I want to ask you this: these words, love, encourage, inspire, empower. How important are these words to your counseling?
So very important. So to me, those things are key for how I run my practice and things that we encompass. So when we're thinking about loving somebody, there are so many people that, believe it or not, have not ever experienced true love. And we're not talking about just a romantic type. We're talking about familial, which is with the family relationships, friends, or whatever. There are people that have literally said, growing up, I've never had anyone to say, I love you. I've never heard that in my house. So being able to demonstrate what that looks like here, even in the therapist role, that's very key, because when we're working on helping people correct relationships and correct dysfunctions in families, it's important that we now have to teach and retrain the brain and the mind as to what love and healthy love really looks like and what that means, because that's going to be the foundation for mending certain relationships. Empowering and inspiring others, pretty much the same thing. Guiding people to have the authority, to take back the authority and the power over their own life. Because we control our lives, but it may be a particular person that feels like somebody else is doing that for them. So being able to instill those things in the clients so that they regain control and power, so that they can move forward and walk out a productive, healthy mind state, which will produce a healthy life, which will help them impact their individual selves, their community, and ultimately the world.
Amazing.
Nice.
And I have to say, she's an awesome listener. Oh my goodness, she's amazing. You're good. You're good at what you do. You really are. And I think in life, we need to start telling people more how you appreciate them. And if they're good at something, let them know it. You're fantastic at what you do. And I think you're definitely doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's not only as your sister, as another human being, as another sister to a sister. You're awesome. So the next thing I want to ask you, can you speak a little briefly on the importance of good mental health? Just briefly, the importance, just for the audience.
Okay. So I've learned not to ever assume that people know what that means. So mental health, let's start out saying that mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. So when we say mental health, that impacts how we think, feel, and act. It can do certain things just as small as impact how we handle stress, how we relate to others, and how we are able to make healthy choices. So mental health is important to cultivate at any phase of our life, from childhood through adolescence through adulthood. It impacts how we interact and how we function in the world. And so it's important that we value that, because it impacts a lot. Including our physical well-being and our physical health.
Nice. All right.
So I have a question. Because you've been in this field for a while, what kind of people suffer from mental health issues more? Like people who are so-called broke, or people who have money?
Okay, so I would have to say, for me, it has no respecter of persons. So when I say that, it can be a wealthy person, or it can be someone that's a little less fortunate. It's all about environment. It's all about how we process through our background. So a lot of factors are tied in, but I would say it has no specific ruling out based on socioeconomic class.
Wow.
Right. So I've had clients as young as 3 years old. I've had clients as old as 70. I've had clients that are very wealthy. I have some that are not so wealthy.
Wow. So it just spans across everyone. Wow.
That is correct. Now, statistically, and I apologize, I don't have any statistic in front of me. Statistically, they may be some that are in certain percentiles that might be higher, say, based on race or gender or those type things. But if we're talking about saying that all lower class people suffer with mental health, and because you're wealthy, you don't have any issues, I would totally have to disagree with that.
Okay. Okay.
I actually have a question as well. So I would like to know, do you have any clients that are 18 and under? Like how many, or how often you see teens coming for their mental health problems?
Okay. So here at my practice, we see clients age 12 and older.
Wow. Wow.
And we have a good mix of all of them, as I stated before. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Man. Wow. So why do you think more and more people in the US like are dealing with mental health issues? Because like I was reading something that said that mental health is like increasing in the US.
Okay. So I think what brought it about was we have to go back to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we see such a surge. I think my caseload tripled, if not quadrupled, in a matter of 6 months. And so when we tie that back to what was going on with the pandemic, remember there was a country shutdown. So think about prior to that, you have persons that you can go all over the place. If I don't feel like dealing with who's in my house, I can stay at work until they go to bed, or I can hang out with my friends until I just don't even have to associate with them if I don't feel like it. But once the country shut down, what happens? Now we're forced to be at home, right? And so I think that allowed a lot of people to be confronted with things that they were trying to avoid. So now we're stuck in the house for 3 months with somebody that I just absolutely cannot stand, or somebody that has been abusing me. And so those situations have now exacerbated, and it's now causing people to say, wow, you know, I can't function like this. This has totally interrupted my whole world. So either it's going to get worse, or I need to be mature and go seek help to try to improve what the situation may be. And so I think that's kind of what we're seeing now with the surge of people seeking services, which is an absolutely amazing thing. I think everyone that desires or wants to improve their mental health should actually seek therapeutic services.
Wow. And so with that, can you, and thank you for that, can you touch on the importance of non-judgmental listening, which is what you highlight in regards to your services as well on your website. Non-judgmental listening. What is that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we say non-judgmental, I see that as allowing people to, quote unquote, come with what you have and come as you are, and not coming into my office feeling like they have to put on a facade because they're afraid of how I'm going to receive them. So my job as a therapist is to help you be well and to meet your goals. But if I am judging a client to the point that they cannot even release the things that they desire to share with me in confidence, then it kind of interrupts the healing process. So it allows them the freedom to come in, the freedom to share. Some of them say, I said, talk how you talk. If you need to express something to me a certain way, give it to me, because I need you to be able to release that so that you can be free. Right. So wow. Judging, we have to be careful judging people, because I think about where I came from. I didn't have a walk of roses. Okay. I thank God I'm in a healthy mind state now, but we have to be careful forgetting who we were and forgetting that sometimes we were the person that's now sitting on the couch talking to us.
Oh, right. That's true now.
Right. Yeah. And so, and that's what's real. We've got to stop it. And we have to allow people to just be free. Be free. So that's important to me.
Nice. We have a question from Kevin Jones. Does the doctor have a book? You want to tell him about your book?
Yeah. I don't have a book, but I do have journals, and they're available on my website. Yes. We have the 30 days to greater self-love. And then we have one that's dealing with unclogging and releasing the mind. And so those are journals. They are on sale for $9.99 on my website, which is timetounpackcounseling.com. Check it out. Check it out.
That's right. We're going to put all her details in the description, all her links and social media links, her website and everything, so you can get in contact with her should you need her services. She's fantastic.
So Tip, like, you in South Carolina, like what's it looking like out there in South Carolina? We ain't been home in a long time. Like,
so when you say what's it looking like as far as what?
Yeah, like I guess like the economy, things like that. Because stuff we see on the news, I know it's not like that all the time, I just want to know like how the economy's going. Like, I know it was a food shortage for a little bit, and like Walmart and stuff like that. Like, is that kind of stuff still going on?
Well, yeah, up and down things. I think the most recent things were mothers trying to find formula for their babies, but I think that's kind of subsided a little bit. Of course, everybody's still complaining about gas prices, but they are slowly coming down. But the sad thing is we fuss, but they stay high for so long till we now become conditioned to paying $4. So now we're just like, okay, as long as it doesn't get to $5, okay, look. But gas was 99 cents. I remember those days. But yes, so we have we have some things going on, but no different than the other states, I'm sure.
Yeah, all countries, because gas is high everywhere.
Yes.
That's the common complaint now is you need me to come over there right now because gas high. Can I come next week? Like
so what are some tips that people can do to like achieve a healthy mental state?
So one really important thing, and as small as it may seem, is a lot of people don't get enough rest or sleep. Yeah. Wow. And so sleep, it does a whole lot of things. It restores a lot of repair at night. We think we're just sleeping, but it allows the body to repair itself in a lot of different capacities. That's why when you find people, when you don't sleep and rest, I mean, you really can't function the next day because your body is still needing to be reprocessed and repaired. So get some sleep. Focusing on strengths. So a lot of times we have been trained to focus on negative things or things that we do not do well. But I think we should celebrate some of our strengths and successes a little bit more, because when we do that, it helps us learn to value and appreciate who we are and build our self-worth more. Stop the compare despair. So social media has become a huge platform and a huge stage that sort of promotes compare despair, if you will, unconsciously, because we're seeing things out there and we're like, oh, wow, I wish I looked like her, or I wish I looked like him, or I wish I had money like him, and this and that. And so it allows us not to appreciate what we do have, right?
Yeah.
Celebrate who you are.
Hello.
Because if I need to make it clear for somebody who does not understand that a lot of things on social media are a lie. Okay.
Yes.
It's a reality for people. So being able to protect your mind when it comes to things like that, enjoy it for entertainment and connection, but don't become consumed with it.
Very good. Very good.
Engaging
So I have
in
a question.
activity.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Okay.
I thought you were doing
engaging in physical activity. So that also helps take stress off of the mind. It releases certain chemicals, what we call the happy chemicals, and then endorphins, that puts us in those happy places, helps us feel better about ourselves. And the final thing, it's a whole list, but what I want to really highlight, a final thing, is talk to somebody. Connect with a human. And when I say that, I say, and I get on my teens a lot about it. I say, stop texting so much. Stop
teenagers.
Yeah. Even some adults have gotten so caught up in the text that we've lost the ability to connect and communicate with people in person and verbally.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So I would say communicate with others. If you feel that there is something that you can't manage alone, don't be afraid to reach out to somebody, family, friend, talk to somebody. And so you don't feel like you have to take that journey alone.
So speaking of thank you for those those tips, but connecting it to, like, let's talk about maybe travel or taking a break or a vacation. How important is that?
Okay. So we can tie that to what we call self-care. And self-care is important because we have to have a healthy balance in our lives. So most professionals, like myself and yourselves, we've probably been in seasons where we just work, church, do family work. And so we find ourselves in a burnout phase. So what that means is it can put us in a state of resentment. It can put us in a state of being overwhelmed, which will now start affecting the mental capacity, right? And so we have to be balanced and say, you know what? I've worked enough. I've met some goals, and I'm going to reward myself. I'm going to have some downtime, and I am going to just enjoy life. And so that can mean going to the beach for a day. That can mean traveling. That might say go visit a friend that you haven't seen in some years. It can even be as simple as going to the library, taking a few hours for yourself a day, and coming up with a routine that allows you to reset yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's Tip. And Tip, you got a YouTube channel, right? Flow with Tip.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so Flow with Tip is a platform in which we talk about mental health issues, and they range from marital issues to traumas to just whatever the topic might be for that given set. And I invite other professionals as well as lay speakers onto the platform. It can be someone that just has a very awesome testimony. I may have them come on the show and we talk about what that looks like. What did the mental health journey looks like? And we also do it with the intention of helping someone else to heal and to provide education and wellness tips. So we're not on there just to build an audience. We are intentional about people being well.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
And thank you, Kevin Jones, for the cash app. Appreciate that, family.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I have one more question for the teens. So I have a question. What advice would you give to parents that have teens that have mental health issues? Because I see a lot of times parents will just be like, "Oh, you're fine. You don't have any problems. You're not depressed. What are you talking about? You have a roof over your head and food in your stomach." And they think that that's just everything. They don't understand that kids still have mental health issues and things like that. So what advice would you have for those type of parents?
Okay. So a couple of things I would say is I like the word autopsy.
Autopsy.
I like the word autopsy. And because this is the word we use quite frequently, because when we say analyze a situation, analyze and find root causes of something, I think it's good that everyone takes assessment of their home at some time. And that can be, what does our environment look like? Is it conducive to our children to be who they are, to express themselves emotionally? Do they have a channel where they can connect with me when they have something going on, and also when things are going well? Am I being supportive? Does my environment speak low stress? Does my environment speak of safety for my child? Does my environment speak of being supportive for my child? So we have to look at that and make sure that we have the right environment created, first of all, in the home. Being able to connect with not just teens, with children, because the younger you start, it'll just build on that great foundation. So caring for your child's emotional needs, checking in with them daily. Hey, babe, how was your day? How's everything going? Or being zoned in enough that you know when something is wrong with your child. Zoned in enough that when they don't even look right, you know something's up. But what we see lately is kids coming home from school and they go play the video game for 5 hours. They go to bed and there's no parent-child interaction. So I think we have to bring back dinner time. We need to bring back sitting around the table and sitting down with children, because that's how we learn, believe it or not, around the table. And so we may have parents to say, well, I'm available if they want to talk, but they won't say anything to me. Okay, so then my next question is, why not? Have we sat with ourselves to say, why aren't they approaching me? Am I approachable? Do they feel that I'm a safe place for them? Do they feel like I'm going to listen to them? Or do they express themselves and you're like, oh, go sit down somewhere. It ain't nothing wrong with you. Try being an adult. Oh, you don't have a worry in the world. No. So learning not to dismiss what is important to the child, but being able to have the conversation. Engaging in conversation. Yeah. And being able to pick the battles and learn what needs my attention and what does not. And at sometimes, like you guys said before, it's really all about this right here. We need to stop thinking we need to respond to everything. And we need to stop thinking everything. Let's go for the adults too. We don't need to respond and fix everything. Some people want this from you right here. They just want they want you to listen. Because you know what they say? Mommy and daddy listens to me. I can talk to them.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that encourages their confidence. that builds their communication styles. That allows them to express thoughts, feelings, situations they're dealing with in a comfortable manner. And that builds relationship. That builds bond. That builds bond. So that's key. And knowing timing, knowing when to talk to a child, when to approach them. And I'm not saying that, I mean, you got to walk on eggshells and do all this, because you are still the parent. But at the same time, if there's something that your child might be struggling with, or you feel like they need to talk, sometimes you have to allow them the space for them to come to you when they're ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's facts.
Yeah.
So I know that you take on an end. You absorb a lot dealing with people from day to day to day. So how is it that you, as a therapist, how do you support your own mental health? How do you kind of, I don't know, how do you deal with, that's a lot to take in every day. Like how many days a week do you do this? You have your sessions?
Officially, 4 days.
Yes.
In my practice.
Okay.
But the real answer is probably 7 days a week.
Woo!
We have friends, we have family. So somebody's always talking to me about something. But 4 days a week in my practice.
Yes. But I know it's still quite a bit, you know, some of the things you may be hearing. So how do you deal with that and not get stressed out, so to speak, as a therapist? I know that happens to people.
Right. So over time, so when I first began, so I have to admit, when I was interning and back during my grad school days, when you first start and you're not used to hearing a certain content, it's like, ooh, wow. So it would feel like a weight, and I would go home worrying, are they going to live through the night? Will he kill her tonight? Will she get out? And that's a real thing, to get to the place where it now feels like you're carrying that. So over time, and as you mature, I've had to learn how to be the helper, but not the carrier. Right? And so that comes with intentionality. So my mind now says, I give you the tools that you need to function and come out of dysfunction. It is your responsibility to take what I have given you to work it.
Okay.
So now the accountability is placed back on the client. Right? And so changing my mindset about how that works helps me not to be a carrier. I'm always going to be concerned, but once I leave out of my office door, I no longer have to go home and worry about those things.
Oh,
right?
nice.
So I have to be confident that I am providing the tools based on what their goals are to help them get what they need. But in addition to that, I had to implement self-care. So Mondays, I do not work on Mondays. So that's why I have Mondays off. That is my day to reset. I do absolutely nothing in regards to counseling on that day. I go get my nails done. I might do my bubble bath. I might light my candles, call some friends to laugh, but nothing serious on Monday.
Okay. Okay. So you set that boundary.
Try to set the boundaries. It was also suggested by another business coach or colleague that she suggests every quarter, all business people need to, just not business people, but people, period, reset once a quarter where you go off, do a little small vacation, staycation, and just
Yeah, you have to. Wow. It's a huge job or undertaking that you have, responsibility, if you will. And definitely maybe let's see, we have any questions for her while we have just a few questions, and then we're gonna let her go. We know she's quite busy, and we want to definitely thank you for your time, taking the time to talk with us. This is a very, very, very heavy topic, and it's becoming like increasingly important especially in the U.S. and things that are happening.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah, Tip. Did you see that video with that therapist? I think she was talking about like black men. I seen it on Twitter. I think it's on like TikTok or something, and it went viral. It's like she was talking bad about black men in therapy, or she said they needed help with a lot of stuff, something. And then she apologized, and then like she got fired from her job because people were complaining about her because her video went viral. And then she came out with another video like going off again. Did you see that?
I have not.
Okay.
I think someone forwarded to me this morning, but I have not had a chance to watch that yet.
Oh, okay. I was just asking that, like, because I want to know, like, what's the proper etiquette for therapists? Is it cool to like go on social media and blast certain things, or should therapists be more like, you know, secretive or private about things?
Okay. So for me, I am bound by a code of ethics and professionalism for how I conduct my practice. So when that is being said, that means for me, I am comfortable going online, having discussions like you and I are doing now, but to go out and blast clients, to talk about specific scenarios or make people feel, I don't know, some type of way, I think that's totally unprofessional and inappropriate at the same time. And I just had a conversation with someone last week that we got to be careful doing things and saying things just with the intent of becoming viral. Because I really think a lot of people are being controversial just to be viral, but not knowing what the consequences or repercussions behind that are.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. Yes.
Right. There's a lot of things I can get on and talk about on my show, but I'm not going to do that just for numbers.
Right.
And so we have to, so there are code of ethics and there are professional guidelines that therapists should be bound by, but unfortunately, you know, it's up to the person whether or not or how they want to conduct themselves. Yeah. But for me, I am a solution-based person. So instead of getting on griping about a situation, I want to talk about how do we fix it.
All right.
Nice. Man, so Tip, how can people get in contact with you? And if somebody is dealing with like mental health issues and they want to talk to like a therapist or somebody, like what's the best way that they can find somebody to talk to? Okay.
So let me address the second question first. So if you have insurance, a lot of the insurances are now covering mental health at 100% because it's just that important. They're now allowing clients to do telehealth. So I would say if you have insurance coverage, check with your insurance and see who are the preferred providers for your network so that it will be covered. There are also territorial guidelines based on state boundaries. So meaning that, past certain jurisdictions, I'm not able to see people who are not in my territory or the geographical jurisdiction. So, so pretty much you have to contact your state or just do some research for your city or town to see who the therapists are in your area. And to connect with me, those of you who are in South Carolina, so my practice is called Time to Unpack Counseling and Consulting. The website is www.timetounpackcounseling.com. And if you want to connect with me on all the social media platforms, it is Flow with Tip. That's FLOWWITHTIP. And I will be glad to connect with you. And I appreciate you following me.
Hey. Thank you so much, Tip. We're putting all the information inside the chat right now.
Oh,
I thought you was asking.
Make sure I'm typing it right. Flow with Tip, and she's Flow with Tip on YouTube, Instagram. Those two, right? Are you on Twitter
and Facebook?
And Facebook.
Okay, yeah. And you have a very interesting YouTube channel. I definitely enjoy watching some of your content.
Yes.
Very nice channel. Please make sure y'all check that out, family. Yes. And also, again, Tiffany is my sister-in-law.
Yes.
My lovely white sister.
And my
yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Can I touch on one thing? It's one thing.
Sure, please.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
That was one of your questions, but I think we missed it. You were asking what are some of the common things I do see in practice. One of the biggest things, and I would love for everybody to evaluate your own situation. A lot of issues or concerns are driven by the lack of communication. In almost every relationship, almost every marriage, or anything that we are helping through the journey, it is almost 100% tied back to communication issues.
Interesting.
Right? And so that being able to check in with your family, check in with your mate. Am I expressing myself? So just do a little self-check. I'm encouraging everybody on this stream, everybody that watches this later. I want you to think about it. Think about everybody you're connected to and say, do they know how I feel about them? Do they know how much I appreciate them? Do they know how much I really, really love them? Do they know that I'm sick of them leaving that empty milk carton in that refrigerator? Yeah. Yeah, do a communication check around your own life.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, we don't want to ever assume people know what we're thinking and how we feel before it's too late.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
That's it. That's all I wanted to share.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. No, everything you said was just, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just, I'm sure, I'm hoping it helped at least one person out there who's watching. And if it's only one, then you've helped somebody today. Thank you so much for your time, your wonderful energy. You are my sister, so I mean, come on, we reflection.
I love y'all.
And shout out to our parents. I think they did pretty good with us, right? Shout out to Betty and Danny Singleton and Earhart SC. All right. Shout out to the fam. They did pretty good with us. That's right. So thank you again. We're going to put all of her information in the description section of this video. Thank you all for tuning in. We love you, sis. Keep up the amazing work, not the good work, the amazing work that you are doing. And you guys check her out on YouTube, Flow with Tip, on all social media platforms, Flow with Tip, and then timetounpackcounseling.com is her website. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
I had an amazing time, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you.
Love you.
Love you too.
Peace.
Yes. Yeah, family. So that's our great sister Tip in the building. Make sure y'all check out Flow with Tip. And yeah, family. So y'all know who we are. Y'all know who the faces is, family. Make sure you check us out on all our social media platforms, the Unapologetic _Nomads on Instagram. Also, you can check us out at patreon.com/unmad. Also, hold on, let me cut this music down, family. I think this is a little too much. I feel like I got the scream, family. Yeah. All right, let me take this down a tad bit. There we go. There we go. Make sure you check us out on Patreon. Also, hit up the Cash App if you want to continue to support the Unapologetic Nomads at $unmad family. That's right. And everybody got their social medias and things like that. Yeah.
I am Mickey Baraka, MICKIBAROCCA on Instagram. Hopefully I'll be coming with some new stuff for you guys.
Yes.
Thank you for the new followers. And
yeah.
Miss Ayla.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on Instagram at ALA_THE_artist. That is my main account. But if you need to contact me on my backup due to my main not working. And my backup account is ALA_THE_artist21.
That's right. And shout out to Kevin Jones. Shout out to all our members. Shout out to all our subscribers. You know, we've been trying to diversify our content because here in Madagascar, a lot of our content is being it's like being limited with monetization. So we're trying to diversify. Sometimes we might throw something out there just to try and see what it's hitting for, you know, because this is new to us, family. Yeah. So don't get upset at us. You know, we throw up something that's like, why they throw that up? You know, it's just we're trying to figure things out, family. We might make mistakes. Right. We might, you know, but, you know, we still the same people. We still love to travel. And y'all know who it is. You know who the face is, family. It's Unapologetic Nomads. And we Unapologetically
Nomadic.
All right, family. Peace.